All
right, I think we are now. Namaskaram, everyone. Good morning, good
Namaskaram.
afternoon.
Namaskaram. Namaskaram. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om. My name is Kanaga, and I have hereby joined by Mo, who will be the host of today's session. So we welcome you all to yet another series of Sambash lecture. And here we aim to have an open conversation around different topics, typically called CASH, that's culture, art, social issues, and history. Our mission statement is to empower the next generation by creating awareness about the real India. Do visit our webpage, Sambash.com, to know more about our upcoming events and follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook to get notified about future programs. Now, today, what are we discussing? About the world we live in. Even with all our technology and the inventions that make the modern life so much easier than it initially was, it takes just one big natural disaster to wipe all that away and remind us that here on Earth, we are still at the mercy of nature. One of the many problems that we face today is managing waste. And plastic products are very common in our modern life and are in many types of waste that takes too long to decompose. Normally, plastic items take up to 1,000 years to decompose in landfills, and we cannot live without plastic these days. But then how do we manage plastic waste? Thanks to Professor Rajagopalan Vasudevan, who is joining us today at Sambash, we do not have to wait that long. Now, I'll hand over to Mo to introduce our guest.
A scientist by profession, Professor R. Vasudevan is currently the Dean at the Tyagarajar College of Engineering, Madurai. Having joined the college back in 1975 and still continues to work there after retirement, has several inventions and patents to his name. In a bid to recycle plastic in an environmentally sound manner, he developed an innovative method to reuse plastic waste to construct better, more durable, and cost-effective roads. This famous invention was patented in 2006 and generated interest among civic bodies in the country and abroad as well. The professor, however, chose to share the technology with the Indian government for free. It has been used to build over 1 lakh kilometers of roads in at least 11 states and still counting. Apart from patents and innovations, he has also received several coveted titles and accolades, such as the Tech Icon Award from the Prime Minister of India, the Uday Singh Award, the Amazing Indian Award, and also one of India's highest civilian awards, the Padma Shri, in 2018. Sambash is very proud and honored to have you, sir, amongst us today. We welcome you to Sambash.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, the first thing that we would like to ask you and get inspired was, how did your childhood and your growth as a child impact you to get such a deeper understanding into today's world problems?
As we grow in the normal way only. If at all there is some difference, is only the family background. We grow like that. But the questioning comes in the mind only at the around 15 or from after 15 age. You try to have self-questioning, and questioning comes only then. So by the time I joined the college, I love to have a chemistry rather than engineering, though I was software engineering for. And then having started in chemistry, I want to do PhD. And that was in the mind. At that time, nothing else was in my mind. I must do PhD. Instead, in fact, I was offered some scholarship after finishing my MSc at Canada. I just asked my father. He said, "No, I'm already old. Please stay with me." And I stayed here, no problem. I continue my research work and Christian College Tambaram and I will PhD. Of course, these are all great experience. Doing PhD in Christian College really, though wonderful, it has got a lot of experiences. And one, I'd cite a small example. When we start the work, we try to reproduce some of the earlier work done and to gain confidence in us. And similarly, I was trying to do some work that has already been there. And I could find that work which has been reported, which has been awarded PhD, was giving a wrong result. And I did the work for more than 1 year, and my professor was telling, "Vasudevan, you are not good. You can better quit. You need not do research." That was the statement given. But I was continuing to find out their work there is something wrong. And after some time, I could find their main assumption itself is wrong, and I could find out a new thing. That thing was actually found in my PhD. Therefore, that was the things going on like that. And after that, after getting a PhD, normally everybody aspired to go for a job. I was aspiring to have a teaching job only. I like teaching job. And I could get present Indian condition, especially Tamil Nadu condition. I could get a job in a polytechnic only. I got a lecture post in polytechnic. And many people said, having PhD, you are going to a polytechnic. But in fact, that has given a new life to me. Between 72 and 75, those 3 years actually opened me in the sense of friendship, sense of awareness about the subject, chemistry, how it is useful to public, how it is useful to industry. That is a starting point. So I came to engineering college. God bless me from polytechnic to engineering college, a better place. And Terra Engineering College, one of the best institutions, and I could see. So I want to interact with different departments and started trying to do it. Of course, again, it is not so easy as you think. It has got its own restriction, problem, etc. But I started now interacting with the industry. So my quest to do something was different on the whole. And I could find a lot of problems in industries which I need. I was able to solve most of the problems. It's a very interesting problem. And in situ problem where you can't wait. When they give the problem, you must try to solve it immediately. Because industry, when I was working in one of the industry like Majura Court, where each day 6,000 people are working. If one shift is stopped, it means 6,000 people out of job. So I have to work with like that. It was a very great experience like that. So the things are going on changing. God give an opportunity, I will put it that way. And then I am working in engineering college. My students are all engineering students. Therefore, we need to provide them some appropriate technology. In the process, we could develop many things, thought force very much different. Many things, see, you must know, I used to say, I don't say innovation, I say innovation. Indian way of doing innovation is innovation, I say. We need to develop. This is over a period we develop it. In fact, I could say, I was visiting one of the industry, and there I could see the plastic beads density was to be measured, and they were doing it. And the instrument which is cost was about 7.5 lakhs actually. So I just noted and then came out. But when we come to the industrial point of view, nobody is afford to have such a costly instrument to find out the density. I came to a lab, we must find some solution for this because our industries are poor industries, only few lakhs there may be their investment. And I could find out an alternative method of finding the same density with just spending 10 rupees only. 7.5 lakhs, this way. Very simple technique. I take water and alcohol, mix in different proportion, put it the bead and find out whether it is immersing and floating. From the difference, I could get wonderfully the result. This is an Indian way of doing things. Why should we bother about 7 lakhs? We can get it immediately. So like that, opportunities are there. Try to involve yourself. You can find out. Like that, I have done many smaller things. That's why I say innovation. So even everything, even the whole technology about which we are going to talk is only coming like that only. So that's how lives proceed. And when you have an aptitude to know more, and teaching students, we have to have more equipped knowledge. And this type of industrial interaction, etc., gives more confidence to face the students to give more knowledge, better motivation to them. That way is the growing going on. And and other situation came to take some of the problems of society to do more and more work.
Sir, you talk about innovation. Looks like a term that you created yourself, and you encourage a lot of students to think of Indian solution for an Indian problem. But then I think the key question here is to identify the problem itself. So I think personally, you identified a problem, you work towards the problem. But in today's situation, not just in India, but globally, for instance, a company comes up with a toothpaste and they say added salt, added calcium, added this, and added a lot of chemicals. Is that really a problem that is being solved, or are they trying to find a solution and market the problem?
It is only marketing. I'm very frank in my statement. It is more a marketing. So just wearing a white coat over me and then suggesting as if I am a doctor, and he comes and asking, do you have salt in your house? And see, this is the paste. What is all these things? These are all not, this is only a marketing technique, I would say. In fact, I can say some of the paste which are using, which we should, so I used to ask, whenever I go a lecture, I ask them, what is the paste you use? Ask them. Some say X, some say Y, and I used to ask them why you choose this. Do you have any reason? Nobody has got a reason. Simply they just see the TV and somebody else, and then somebody, my father got it, my friends make recommend like that. But nobody knows what it contains. So that's how. Once you know what it contains, you will understand what problem it is going to give also. So the marketing people never bothers about. So I put it differently. My point of view is something different. Your industry today, your industrial growth, it gives products which are waste. During the making the project, they also give waste. Are you able to follow me? The product is also a waste, and the product making during the process you also make other waste. Many cases I can say like that. I can cite a lot of examples of that. But we people should also have some basic knowledge and things on how to choose, why to choose, what to choose, like that. We simply go from the outer world just by the external involved. That's all. Definitely, I can say many of the advertisements are not correct, are not valued, are not the right estimate. See, one jokingly when people ask me, what about Complan? They say, if you drink Complan, you can grow like that. Why not you give it to Japanese people? They want the short people give Complan, how much they have changed? No, that's not correct. No, these are all right, not the right way of say it positive. In fact, I had a chance of addressing IIM Ahmedabad, and just before my talk, one expert, really expert in advertising agency, he gave a talk. And after finishing talk, I just made a small appeal. You are great, your advertisements are good, but kindly follow ethics. You must try to project the right material, the right place, to the right people. Don't because the company says you give some. In fact, he said to show if you use a cooker and the cooking is built to get the vapors, they don't get the vapor there. They light a cigarette and then they show that vapor coming from this cooker. See, this is not the right, I say. So try your ethics. We have our own ethics for everything, and follow the ethics. Do the right way. You will give the right information to the public, because living together is more important. Living alone is not important. Industry should not be selfish. It must be industry. Even now, the plastic industry say yes. You are the people who produces maximum plastic. You live because of plastic. Let us join together to find a solution for the plastic also. Don't be away just by producing and giving a problem solved. Here comes your circular economy. Please come, react, do, sell. That's way. Therefore, I hope I'm answering your question also in the process. Definitely, your question has given me a lot more thought in this direction. Yes, ours today is only marketing. It is only a competitive marketing. That's so important. Only competitive market. He will say
Yes.
somebody else bad and mine is better. That's wrong.
Yeah, sir, as you indicated, yeah, definitely it is the marketing that is ruling the industry right now. And this is actually rooted in our society. We are driven by markets. How do you see this can be addressed? It's not just one solution. We are talking about toothpaste now. There is shampoo. There's so many products. Even how do I know? Okay, marketing is a way for the people to know about different products. So how do you think we can bring in our Indic way in this way, in this case?
See, the knowledge comes only from the education. The education is only, our education is only keeping on something on the job orientation, not actually giving what is needed. That's why even I say your education syllabus itself should be 50% for passing, 25% for reasoning, 25% research. They must understand at the point of the education point. When they learn, they must know. And today, our children, our younger generation, more intelligent definitely. We can inform them, we can give them give the right knowledge first. Don't deceive them. Give the right. Let them choose the right thing, no problem. So giving right knowledge is the basic fundamental requirement of our education system. That is very important. Have I answered the question?
Yes, sir, definitely. Talking about all these problems here. So one of the key problems that you addressed was on plastics, and the government was going to ban plastics. But we also understand from your perspective, plastic is a poor man's luxury. And
no, poor man's need. Poor man's not luxury. Poor man's need, basic need, and common man's friend. Because today we are talking across only because of the cell phone, which is also made of a plastic. And plastic is not a problem. It is a human behavior, culture is the problem. There is no problem. When the introduction was given, they said plastic decomposes, it takes 1,000 years. Why let it take? Why do you bother? Gold never decomposes, but we wear it. Stone never decomposes, we use it for construction. There are many materials in the world which doesn't undergo immediate decomposition, which has got different ways of using it. Plastic, let it not be. Why you want expert? So God has given everything in a particular life. We have been given life for 120 years. Why? There is a reason for that. For everything, there is a life. How long they can live. So why do you want to interfere in that? But parasparam bhavayanti seha paramsaha. You must devan bhave devo bhavayantaha. Parasparam bhavayanti seha paramsaha. You can find a suitable use and use it for the betterment of the society, for the need, not for the greed. Therefore, plastic is useful. For packing, 50% of the plastic is used for packing. Because of the packing, you are able to get good food. The life period is increased. The shelf life is increased. Better quality can be given. The medicines are packed. So it is a very good material. Even in your house, you use plastic material for appliance. It is very useful. And you don't dispose it properly because that is our culture. That is all the problem. And after if you give it to me, I can use all the plastic for either for road construction or for structural construction. Road construction alone for India, I need 100 lakh tons of plastic, whereas India has got only 6 lakh tons. So 100 lakhs we need for India alone. India has got waste for now only 6 lakhs. So there is no problem with respect to disposal of waste plastic. But what's the problem? Even this 6 lakh is not properly collected and then thrown on a different corners and creates all the problem. And you yourself, you use it. I write plastic ban using a ballpoint pen, which is a plastic. I write it on a plastic board, which is a plastic. And I sit in a plastic chair to write this. See, what do you mean with that? And then you talk about it over a phone, which is a plastic. So plastic is a God-given gift. Use it properly. I normally used to say, a friend in need is a friend indeed. The plastic is a greatest friend of poor man. You go. They have plastic bucket, plastic vessels, plastic chair, plastic mat, plastic. That is only they afford. They can't afford a teakwood material. In fact, I was laying the road in 2002 at Chennai. Jumblingham Street, and my was projected in the TV also. One typical Madrasi came to me. Are you the person who was doing the road? Yes, I said, yes. He asked me, sir, I am taking my tiffin in the carry bag. Can I use carry bag for that? I said, why? I am afford only that much. I don't have financial stability to have better material.
Yeah.
I said, no
Sir,
problem. Use it. But please what? Use it and clean it and then deposit. So the problem is only how to dispose is the problem. No problem. There's a plastic. So using, collecting it, that's why I say not to ban, but to plan.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree there, because recently my daughter has this case study came in her school wherein she had to investigate about plastics. So we were doing a research together with her, and if I look at it, why or what is the purpose of manufacturing plastic? It's very good. I mean, the purpose, if you look at it, they were looking at solving a problem, something which is waterproof, lightweight, and easy to carry. So indeed, plastic solves that problem, definitely.
And not easily decomposed, not easily corroded. Remember that.
Yeah, but the problem lies in our reusing. So
substitute wood with please.
Sorry to have interrupted. Yeah, what I think is it's not about using plastic. It's about using one-time use plastic. We should try to, because our mentality, if you look at Indian way of thinking, we always do jugaad. Yeah, so we always reuse. We never throw anything out. So it's never the that's the lesson we, I think, pass on from generation to generation. So if I have something with me, I will try to mend it. If it is broken, I'll try to mend it and reuse rather than throwing that in the dustbin. So I think that's a very important point here, that we should.
That was the culture. We don't know that. But now, why this culture has come? Use and dispose. Why? That is a culture being created by even the marketing people. Use and dispose. And more than that, plastic is, or carry bag is cheaper also. It never touches your person. Whereas you don't throw away your dress just like the everyday. You don't throw many materials. Just the single-use plastic has been named as it is. It is a culture, and I say it is a mindset has been there. Don't do that way. You can reuse it. Yes, people are using it. It is only culture that will be changed, not the material.
Yeah, indeed. I was watching your other video recently, sir. So wherein you talk about, we have these 3 R's, reuse, recycle, and reduce. Now you also talk about relooking, how we can
rethink and reuse.
Yeah.
Recycle comes later. See, in fact, recycling, if we talk about recycling, your monolayer can be recycled. Your multi-layer, you've got a problem. Now I have given a solution for them also. Don't have multi-layer, multi-package you have. Therefore, science gives a solution and man should take it. Man should be careful enough to do the right work. He should not create inconvenience to some. So his own himself. After all, to whom he is giving inconvenience to himself only. The problem is the mindset only. Few people's mind. This my technology has told you, and if you use this, all the plastic will be used. And of the 46 lakh kilometers, only 1 lakh kilometers race. What about rest? Mindset. If we change, we can do it, no problem at all.
So talking
hello,
mindset changes, and you also mentioned a point about the education system. Today's many students, and in fact, you're also in engineering college as a dean. Many students are the first thing that they're looking at is to go for a corporate job. But how many people are motivated to get into innovation and, to your point, innovation? Because I think there's a huge opportunity in what you're doing. There are a lot of business opportunities that can come up for students.
You had a wonderful question. I may take 1 hour to answer this question because very simple is the students are still like that only. Easy way of getting money, going to corporate, get a lot of money and then go away. See, this fellow, I can say, they do a wonderful project work in the 4th year. Very, very useful to society. But the moment they get a campus placement, they forget about this, go there. Are you able to follow me? He has a motivation, he does a wonderful work, very useful one, but the environment is that way. In a campus interview, you've been given a job and then we go to, automatically a corporate, and then whole life pattern is changed. But importance to give awareness, society, service, standard of living is not important, standard of life important. A culture should be imbibed in the mind of the people that I must be useful to society. It is not the money important. It is a way of life. How satisfaction comes when you do a job with a passion, it has got a happiness. When you do a job with necessity, it is only load on you. Therefore, yes, students are motivated because of money. Today, atmosphere, you have more facilities, standard of living going. See, all our technology development has increased the way of living. Has they given anything about the way of, in fact, I could say, or COVID, what has happened, COVID? It has made all the man to sit outside, inside the house. They have been put under house arrest. And the nature is moving very well. And the environment is purified, is getting purified very well. So the man should understand the need, and then only the knowledge should go to percolate. In fact, I'm as a dean, now I'm taking class to my students also. This time I gave a project to them, now online project on COVID. Beautifully they have given. So the COVID, how I just changed my mind. I would like to know more about myself. I don't know more about my family. I don't know more about Indian way of doing things. And what, this has given opening to like that properly. Such knowledge and such awareness creation, education, value education. It is an exam to be done. It's not one day just like that. So that's why I say the perspective which is given to me, it is not given to me. It is given to my work, which is socially relevant, which is very simple. But it solves the problem of society. So please understand, if you could like that any such work, you can also do more. This is my appeal to the younger generation. I don't know that. But it is not one man's wish. It is what we have to do. Everybody must try to. So now our Prime Minister is saying make in India, and he saying make India, buy India like that. And this is a situation where we have to catch hold of it and try to develop. Not many things we have to do. There are many innovations that is appropriate technology. We need to see. I will give one small example. Your cooker, you are using cooker at home. Do you know the design of the cooker? The cooker design is so bad. It uses only 50% of the gas. 50% gas is wasted. Unnecessarily you are wasting gas and producing enough 3 times the carbon dioxide. If you could change the design of the cooker, you can make it efficient by 90 to 95%, which I have made. And that means you are reducing consumption of gas, consumption of heat energy, atmospheric pollution reduced. So this is a practical way of looking at innovation. That is why I got innovation like that. So there are many things to be done like that. So it's all region oriented. I don't say national oriented. Nobody can, even I had a chance of discussing with these things with Reliance people also. But it's just another doesn't come like that. Stage by stage develop. So like that, this type of knowledge, see how a scientist develop, how industry develop. This type of knowledge never been given in education. Your education, everything talking about higher level artificial intelligence, something like that, and going abroad. No, please, let us try to understand our. If I am at Madurai, what is the problem with Madurai people? So, you have spent some time in Chennai, I don't know that. We use brick from clay. The clay is obtained from Manamudurai. It is not available in Madurai. Yeah, because that particular composition of the clay is responsible for brick formation. I say why? What is the composition? Can I not make our clay of Madurai into same like that? I can make it. And you have fly ash, enormous fly ash available, which you don't know what to do. And fly ash, using the fly ash, modifying the clay, and we can make a brick material which is equal to that. It is an institute process. It is not, you not go export it to another country. I can prepare my own brick and then construct my own. This is making the cost of the production reduction and use of the material. Why that? There are many processes. which to be done, which will be motivated among the people. And everything, water purification, air purification. We did not see. In fact, can I continue? See, I had been to Delhi to present a project for to get me some grant. Well, from the hotel, I moved to the place of presentation. On the way, it was January actually. It was very cold, and the people on the street corners, they collect all the waste and they were burning and warming them. And most of the material there was plastic. And I said they were just warming it, but they were exposed to toxic material. I went to the presentation chamber where all chief scientists of India are sitting there. I told them, before I present my project, I see this one. And can we not find a solution for this? They need to be bombed. I don't deny that. But I have method. I said, I have a small furnace design given to them. We can use it that. It do not pollute the atmosphere. It do not harm them. I told them about that. They said, what they said? Oh, America has found out, Japan has found out, what is it going to do? America has found out, cost about several crores. Japan has found out several crores. But what I say is small, few hundred. This is what India needed. This is what Indian people need. India has got 60 to 70% poor people. We need something to do for our country. That is more. We can't everything look at somewhere else. What is my need? Let us try to do. Let us find out. That is where we need to do. That is what I call appropriate technology. That is innovation.
So that's a brilliant point, sir, that you brought up. But one of the things about the Make in India program that our Prime Minister is now talking about, and self-reliance, although the idea is good, I don't believe we don't have the human resource talent or the infrastructure to support this kind of a thing. Like, so there are not many professors like you who are interested in innovation, right? Like a lot of students today, the number of research papers have gone down significantly in universities also. So, which shows like innovation or invention is going down.
Again, it is a hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. It is one observation by X. I will put it that way. It is so making India doing something. It is possible. See, after as I told you, who has motivated me? See, when I was in 2001, when the whole Tamil Nadu government was planning to ban plastic, and suddenly I was just thinking, if they ban plastic, what will happen? 7,000 factories will be closed. 1 lakh people will be out of job. We need to find a solution. That made me to do the work. I said, to do service to the people. That's why I say Bhagavad Gita made me to think about it. Service and sacrifice the way of life. Bhagavad Gita talks, and that is to be practiced. We see that way. Therefore, every intellectual has got the ability, but motivation is important. How to motivate them? And therefore, therefore I say our Prime Minister is trying to motivate us. Swachh Bharat, take Swachh Bharat. Cleaning is India. I attended when I was afforded the Taikai Khan Award. I had a good chance of talking to him. I told him that I have found out. Vasudevan, I know about. He mentioned my name. Vasudevan, I know about it. I will support it. Within a month, I could get a communication here for the only plastic road to be led. And in the speech he said, we Indians clean ourselves in the morning, our house. We Indians clean our streets in the morning, the house. Is it not responsible to clean our city? What is wrong in asking such a question? That is how, when you ask like that, you think different. You know, this is how you must look at it. Like that, everything we can do, science like that we can do. Even at the LKG, UKG level, can we not motivate the student? I am able to see my grandson is doing a wonderful work. He's just 4 years old. And he says, I want to learn Sanskrit because I want to read Bhagavad Gita. So how is it possible at the age of 4? Therefore, motivation. So that is what we do. Our education system, our atmosphere, our mass media. I'm very happy you are able to hear me very passionately about all those things. But today, mass media is only to protecting themselves only. Who is talking about the individual aspect? Who talks about the betterment of the country? Everybody wants to project. No, the mass media or your newspaper, is there any place Even in fact, I had a great chance of discussing with our ex-president Abdul Kalam, and he used to say, is there any paper which puts good news the first page? They only put disaster, flood, something like the only first page. When you look at it, what do you look at negative look? Put something good in the first page, let other things go to the last page. Even that message I put only in the last page. So that is how therefore there has to be a revolution. It's not individual speech I'm giving now. It is a revolution. See, after all, my next generation will be happy. If I don't do we will not give money. We let us give better environment, better structure, better thought, so that they live happily. So that is the creation. So I hope this type of talk, this type of thing which goes to our own place, will at least motivate people more and more. And this COVID, in that sense, I say COVID is very important, because my theory of COVID is something different. So there is a dharma. Eda dharmasya klanir bhavadu. Varda abhyuttana madharmasya tadatmanam sujamekam. Nature has got a rule, and nature rule was deviated. Pollution increased like anything. Other living beings are not able to live. Only man is trying to make money out of that. But all other livings are finding problems. So nature found we must rectify the dharma. COVID came and asked the man to sit inside, and it is rectifying. Therefore, their nature is to be taken care of, and we need to do like that. We are the ambassadors of God, and we must try to do good to the society, good to the environment. That type of knowledge, that type of education. Money is not important. We only talk about money. How much, what jobs I can get? I can Infosys or Reliance, where I can go. That is not this. I say, in fact, I was asked, I was invited twice by Canada. I said, no, I'm not coming. Even my job, actually my research, America wanted to give me $300 million to purchase my patent. I said, I'm not giving. I'm giving to my country freely. Money is not important. So like that, what is service is, my guru said, I told him, this is the offer I'm getting. My guru said, no, this God-given opportunity, give it to the country, that the people benefit. That type of awareness to be created among themselves. Therefore, it is education, it is the mass media, it is, so we use, now communication is everywhere. You go YouTube, you have WhatsApp, so many things I don't know. But everywhere, is there any information which is motivating the students? Which one the younger generation is only entertaining one. I don't want entertainment. I want motivation. Let there be entertainment for some time. But everybody follow me.
Yes, definitely, sir. I think you have made a very good point in here. Yeah, COVID has actually pressed a reset button in our life to rethink and relook at different things and see how we can make things better. And just to add that fact, yeah, I liked your point about the cooker, because until now, I used to think cooker is the most energy efficient one because if I cook in the open pot, it takes a lot of time. And now you say even cooker is not that efficient. So yeah, that's something just I wanted to add. But at the same,
please proceed.
Sorry, as you also brought up a point wherein you visited Delhi once and you saw people burning plastics. So I come from Delhi myself. I know that during this January or February time, people burn those waste. It's not only the plastic; it's also the waste coming out from the farm. So they do not know what to do with those waste. There is no means to educate them. So here we lack awareness and the patience in this case. So that's also one of the questions that is coming up from our audience, Mr. Subramanian. He also asked the same question. People lack awareness and patience. The least we can do, even if we don't reuse or recycle, is to clean and segregate it. Yeah, that's a very good point that he brought in, because we don't segregate our waste.
So what I say is, who will give the awareness? The uneducated people mostly. Who will give the awareness? Is it not our responsibility to take the message to the people concerned, because they are innocent. Once they understand, they follow. See, I have given talk to hundreds of conferences about my plastic. But mostly, the educated people will not understand, because they have mindset, plastic is bad. Understand is not bad. But whereas, when you talk to innocent village people, he will understand. Next day, he will start. In fact, my first road was laid near Kovilpatti. And after 3 years, I went there to see the road. And just like that, I rented one of the house and asked, here plastic was laid. How should I start? They told me, sir, you are the professor who came and laid it. We know about it. From that day onwards, we are keeping 2 separate bins, one for plastic, one for organic, and we are separating it. That is the second, that is the awareness created, that they are sincere. Whereas you go to any office, do that. So the education probably in such a way has not given the right knowledge to them. Therefore, awareness creation, it is a major process which you have to do for everything awareness. See, that's why I even say awareness, everything awareness is important. I even say God belief is an awareness. I will put it, whether you exist in God or not, let us have an awareness. When a student writes examination, if there is no invigilator, what will do? If there is no invigilator, even the brightest student will try to copy you. No problem. Whereas do rightly. So God is invigilator to look at it, to look at every point. He will try to guide us. Let us try to understand that way. If you look at awareness, it will automatically have to give the. So we have to go down, help them understand the younger generation. In fact, I talk to the younger generation only because at least they will talk to the parents and make an awareness like that. Many things do happen that way. Yes, awareness is less. India, we need to give that. We need to do. We have 55 lakhs people, younger generation now, engineers are available. There is no lack about the human resource. Motivate them well. Very important. Everybody, the COVID to some extent has helped to motivate them. Therefore, very important. Awareness, as Kanaka said rightly, yes, awareness is important. Who is to do that? It is a statement, not a statement. It is to be practiced. It is to be every morning to evening. How many times you have gone outside to create the awareness among the right knowledge to the right people? Please think about. Let us think about it. If you do, definitely India will improve.
So that is. I'm very happy to let you know that is exactly the main motive of Sambash. We want people like you and our channel. We want to spread this awareness, spread this knowledge. You're opening our eyes on so many aspects, right from toothpaste to daily use things that, I'm drinking from a glass over here, and thank God, glass, it is not a plastic. But there are not many times when we actually consciously think of such aspects on things that we use on a day-to-day basis. One other brilliant thing up here, I think you're quoting a lot of the verses from the Bhagavad Gita, and we also know that you mentioned that Bhagavad Gita is your friend and you travel with it. I know there are a lot of scientific aspects to it, which we probably think from a pure religion, but can you share your insights on how the Bhagavad Gita motivated you or inspired you as a scientist? Because typically we say a scientist is pragmatic, rational, all those things, but
these are all words coined by people who doesn't have faith in it. What is Bhagavad Gita? You have a manual for your cell. You have a manual for your washing machine. You have a manual for a car, how to operate it. Do you have a manual how to operate you? Do you have a manual? Bhagavad Gita is a manual for how to operate my mind, how to operate my body, how to operate intellect, how am I? My body, my intellect, mind. Once you know that, how to use it. It should be made. Our body is Dharma Kurukshetra. Over life. The life period is only converted the Kurukshetra into Dharmakshetra. That gives the strength. That gives the knowledge. Service is very important. Egyatat karmano anyata logo yam karma padra. Life is egya. Today you are talking to me. It is a egya. You talk to me, I give some idea, something, and you spread the message outside, somebody else taking it, and it goes on and taking to some right shape it may take. If some right shape is taken, wonderful. We want to have Abdul Kalam. So many Abdul Kalams we want, not one. And such a great man. I know I had a great chance of interact with him. So how is a egya? So everybody has got his own role. So that's how Gita gives that idea. It is not only faith, it gives a mechanism of life. I too had a lot of pressure in my life. I too had a lot of first time I made these plastic dissolved bitumen, and I had a great opportunity of showing it. Our late President Abdul Kalam, he said, wonderful. Put it, lay the road, he said. Yes, college management was very kind enough to say permission, and we started laying at one place. My initial technology was dissolving the plastic in bitumen and adding and laying the road. But when I actually went to the scaling of technology, I couldn't do that because large quantity of plastic should be dissolved in bitumen, which is very hard. How to dissolve it? So thousands of students are looking at me about the layer, and I'm going to fail in my process. You know what happened? My attender came suddenly. Sir, can I help you? Attender. He is not a qualified scientist, no. He's an attender. Came. Sir, and what you are going to do? He said, he went and brought 2 beakers. One beaker, he took the molten bitumen. Another beaker, he went to the top of that and then molten plastic. He brought those 2, put it in a bucket and mixed it and gave it to me. Sir, now I mixed and gave it. And he showed me the technology and the possibility and about the technology problem also. Then I developed a new technology which has been patented. Therefore, things are there, problems are there. We don't know that. How solving the problem, taking it right spirit. Gita helps. That is, sincerity in the work with the faith in God takes you beyond limitation. I know in my classroom I was not a super intelligent. There are many students who are more intelligent than me. But we look at the travel of the life, traveling from Madurai, from Kumbakonam to Delhi, I can say, it is not Madurai to Delhi. It's from Kumbakonam, where I say, from Kumbakonam, I have so many things that come. But today, God has given me a plastic man of India, Padma Shri, and I'm talking to Gadlasala, all those things. Sincerity is the work, the faith in God to take beyond limitation. Sincerity is very important. Definitely you can achieve. No problem with that. So we knew that all the Bhagavad Gita gives this sincerity in the work, the faith in God takes karmanya vadikarasya ma baleshu kadasanaha ma karma pala hedu burmate sankha aswa karmani. Do your duty, leave it to the God. The people say, do the duty, don't expect result. No, expecting result is always nobody will do without any result. But leave it to the God. He is there to help me much better. He knows what is better to me. He will give. So do your duty. He will leave it to him. He will help. Therefore, although this is a motivation because this is a very important statement that takes me. Therefore, science, after religion, it touches the feet of science. And actually, we try to know more about it. Once science is known, science will touch the feet of philosophy, and we try to know the reality in life. What is life? What for we have come to this world? There is a purpose for us. The purpose, therefore, I say we have 2 marriages. One marriage physically with our partner. We 2 join together and bring out all our good qualities, mutual helping each other. I must help my wife. My wife should help me to become better and better and better. When you become purer and purer and purer, like recrystallization process, one day we become pure and identify with the God. Second marriage, identifying ourselves with the God. So that is a way of life. That is Bhagavad Gita. And therefore, how to purify yourself by involving in worldly action. In worldly action, when you do sincerity is the one. So then automatically, therefore, Bhagavad Gita is the base for everything. I teach Bhagavad Gita for the past 40 years to my students every day in the afternoon between 1:30 and 1:32. Therefore, and even today, the students, wherever they are, they will call me at some odd time. Sir, can you talk to me? I have some stress. Will you help me to this? So that is how life is helped. So as I told you, the foundation of life is Bhagavad Gita. You can be an engineer, you can be a politician, you can be anybody, but the foundation, if it is strong, whatever you are, you will be successful.
Yeah, very inspiring. Yeah, definitely, sir. It was a very inspiring thought, and also
Kanaka, do you understand? Do you accept my statement?
Yeah, definitely, sir. So our backbone is Bhagavad Gita, and nobody can deny that. And you have answers to each and every questions there. So indeed, yeah, it's important that all of us and also the next generation, we should educate them to look up to Bhagavad Gita for any answer. So definitely your point is indeed valid, and it's very important and crucial at this point of time indeed. So I'm just moving back to a question on the plastics. So you shared with us your journey of how you mixed bitumen and the plastic together to make a mold which is long lasting to make roads. So is it only the what kind of the plastic that you use? Is it only
Yes.
the reusable ones, or because when I was growing up, I should also share this by the way, because when I just in my late 90s, when I was in beginning secondary, I would say. So at that time we had a debate in our school, and that debate was plastic is boon or bane to the environment. And at that time, unfortunately, I would say that I got the topic of plastic is a bane to the environment. And then I didn't had anything to prove that, yes, it is good. And I don't have enough points there. And no, I think I said the wrong one. It's actually the boon. So I got the topic of plastic is boon to the environment, which is not the case, because if you go to the internet, you find a lot of things where it talks about how plastic is harmful. If you burn plastic, it's harmful, it's not recyclable. There are so many points there. And apparently, yeah, that at that point of time I didn't had a chance, or I didn't get to know you, professor, to know, yes, we could also use plastic in making roads. But yeah, going back to my question there, is it only the one time use plastic, or the the PET jars that we use, or the bottles water, are these the ones that you use for your roads, or any type of plastics?
Yes. I give some outline about my whole work. See, plastic on 155% of the plastic is packing material. Rest of them appliance. And the 58% materials either monofilm carry bag or multi-layer films. Polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene. And PET bottle is different. And PVC different. These are the common materials come across. Here, all your plastic material, your carry bag, your kurkure bag, your biscuit covers, your chocolate covers, all these multi-layer films, all those things can be used for road laying, no problem. Up to the thickness of 80 micron, the films can be used. Now what I do is, take the film, shed it into small pieces, 2 mm to 4 mm. Take the stone, normally the road is laid, take the stone, heat it 170 degree, add a bitumen, mix it, lay the road. Now what I do is, take the stone, heat it 170 degree, add the plastic which has been shredded over that, and the movement is added, within 30 seconds it gets melted, and now add bitumen, mix it and lay the road. This is all. All film practice can be used, no problem, whether it's multi-layer or mono-layer. And what happens now is, normally, normal road, whenever there is a rain, water penetrates and peels out the bitumen, potholes are formed. If it is not drained properly, potholes are formed more easily. Whereas when I use plastic, it binds the bitumen with the stone well. It will not allow the water to penetrate, not pilfering, so thereby no question of pothole formation. The life of road is 15 years. No maintenance is required. And we use the cost wise for 10% plastic, bitumen is reduced. So we can use all your single-use plastic, which you say is the most useful material for the road making, no problem at all. All it can use. And with respect to for 1 minute, with respect to bottle, we have developed a plastone, which is a constructing material. We have developed low-cost toilet, which is for just 12,000 rupees. We can construct a toilet, and many housing, low-cost housing companies. So all plastic in every form can be used in different form. Therefore, give me the plastic, I will find the use and supply it. No problem. There is no problem with, remember, still I repeatedly giving my statement, Kanaka, there is no problem with rest of plastic. Plastic is so great friend to us, God-given gift. It should be properly deal. You are dealt with properly, deal with it properly. It can be used for very many purposes. And it actually, if you use plastone, the life is 10 times stronger than concrete. So now central government, they want to construct low-cost houses for the Delhi suburb, because during the flood, the houses are washed away. So here's the come. This is bulletproof, this is fireproof. So the plastic is able to do such a wonderful structural material. How do you say it's a waste? No, it is a boon. I will say, take it now. You are from that day, you can take it away. How much you want any information? It is a boon. No, at no time is a ban. Therefore, no ban. I say, no, you use plastic. There is no question of ban here. It should be used only. Please, thank you.
Yeah, no, thanks
Because
for that insight.
anybody says against plastic, probably I'm not that much happy about it.
That's why you're called the plastic man, sir. Yes. So I have just a follow-up question that's also coming from one of our audience, Hari. So yeah, you just indicated the process. You elaborated on it, how you melt plastic at a high temperature and then mix it together with bitumen. But during the process of melting, aren't there any poisonous gases that are released? Is laying roads, yeah, laying roads definitely is a very good thing, but is it environment friendly?
See, incidentally, this question is being asked for the past 20 years. Don't mind. And you have got all about more. A lot of videos, YouTube programs are available where I explain everything. I heat the plastic only in to 160 to 170 degrees. Plastic decomposes only at 280 to 300 degrees. Therefore, there is no question of any gas evolution. It is only melting of the plastic and coating the molten plastic over the stone, laminating the stone. No gas is evolved. It is environmental friendly, whether it is polyethylene or polypropylene or polystyrene. We don't use PVC. PVC may give chlorine and there may result something else. Therefore, we use only polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene. This accounts for 50%. All our thermocool is polystyrene. All our carry bag polyethylene. Our milk sachet is polypropylene. All these materials can be effectively used. No question of any gas is produced. It is environmental friendly.
Wonderful, sir. And sir, since we have 4 minutes more, do you have more time for additional questions, or?
I am available with you because you are doing some good work, and I just joined in Yajna, which you are doing. So I always say Yajna tat karmano anyata logam. So if I am of some use to you, you can use me anytime. No problem.
Yes, sir. I think you are the most valuable resource. We keep talking about Dr. Abdul Kalam a lot, but there are others like you also who are contributing so immensely, not just to India, right? Because this technology, it's open, and now anybody can use these things. I recently saw an article about how they're using your plastone, if I'm not wrong, in construction. Yes. And also opportunities for self-reliance and for young entrepreneurs to pick up such ideas, come and discuss with you to find solutions. So one of the...
We have developed, not only that, see, we have developed a material which is corrosion resistant. Your iron rod can be made corrosion resistant. Your ceiling, you are using iron material for concrete, After some time it gets corroded and cracks develop. Whereas we have using waste plastic, there are many products can be developed using waste plastic inside. That is, and entrepreneurs have got a lot of opportunities to do more and more work in this direction.
It's wonderful that we had one question very similar to what you said. Corrosion Indian steel making, or ukku or wood steel, was one of the best rust resistant, and like the iron pillar rust. So
please.
These kind of old technologies, are we trying to bring them back to use them in the modern way of life?
See, you know how Kudupinar was constructed? Do you know why it is not undergoing corrosion? There is a Upanishad in which there is a beautiful sloga where they say, what are the metals to be mixed with iron, which will produce an alloy, which will not undergo any corrosion. That is one sloga is available. Like that, they given many details. That one sloga is Kudupinar. There are many things available in our literature. It is full of knowledge, and if you open it, normally I used to say an example. No, I sit on a chair. I sit a chair and begging, please help me. I don't have money, but below my chair, crores and crores of gold is available. I never open it. I don't see, but simply I look at outside. Please pay me something. Like that, my literature, our culture, our literature has got so many things actually. See, if you come to Madurai, there is a palace. The palace building, the pillars are pure white. Even after hundreds of years, how it is made white? Our all normal white will become yellowish at some time. The technology is begun once the Tamil song is there. What are the ingredients we mix it and do it like that? Our technology, our Indian technology, Indian science is wonderful. Probably you may think our computer, is there any mention about a computer? I can say your Ramayana, Mahabharata, many fights have been taken out. You say they say mantra. Now you say coding. I say you say 0101 coding. You say they say mantra. But still you are able from Madurai. I am talking about to you. That's how it has been taken. That was done. So I have 100% confidence. Why under 200% confidence? If that one thing for that Sanskrit, you know. Without Sanskrit, you can't understand. So Sanskrit should be basic knowledge. Read Sanskrit, understand, because it is a ragasya. What do you mean by ragasya? It doesn't mean that you not understand. You should not know. Ragasya means you must go deeper and deeper and deeper to understand. I have Dharmakshetra, Gurukshetra, Samaveda, Yusaka, Mamaka, Pandava, Cheva, Kimakurute, first sloka in Bhagavad Gita. I would have spelled 1,000 times, but still I get new answer, new meaning for every day. So that is our skill, our literature. It has got so much of depth. Please open it. You get so many things in your own taste, whether you are a scientist or philosopher or see, you say a beautiful actor, just like that committed suicide. How's that? Why is not able to change his mind? He has not gone through Bhagavad Gita. I will say simply. Winning over the situation is very important. Life is, you get once in a boon, say, Manshanam Sakastreshu. That is one, to be born as a man is a rare gift by God. For having come, he says how to live this world without doing any sacrifice to the world. So understand the importance of life. You have got everything in your surroundings also. Spend time, try to use, and let us not be more outwardly thinking. Let us try to be. Therefore, service start with taking inward. You must try to think inwardly and try to find out who you are, what you are, how you are. And one day you will also become a great person because you will do some great service. Only people who have done service are remembered in the world. Other people are not remembered in the world. So you may be a great businessman, maybe great. Now, only good people are remembered. That is what we want. Let us try to do that way. That is a possible. And India is normally say, world is a house. India is a puja room. And here only everything develops. And the whole world is benefited by this puja room. So India has got everything. India has got all the words. India has got all the literature. Indian culture is the greatest culture available in the world. Therefore, that's why the culture, even thousands of, so I say, from Ramayana day till today, it goes on well. Even today we enjoy Ramayana. We love that. Therefore, that is a culture. But we need to understand, we need to open that. You need not go to daily newspaper. You can go to this literature. Spend some time. Every day you get enriched with more knowledge, more innovation, more innovation, definitely.
Sir, it's wonderful. And I think your wishes are actually coming true now. For instance, I don't know if it's happening in India or not, but at least in Europe, like several German universities and universities in the UK are starting to introduce Sanskrit as a language. Even at the school level, they are starting to teach. But the beautiful thing is they're actually teaching it with the meaning, like you're saying. Like when I learned the slokas in school, we were made to memorize and recite, but the meaning of what we were doing. And I think it is very critical that we actually analyze and find the ragasya, like you're saying.
That's why this is always a process, no? Somebody memorize, somebody understand something more, somebody try to critically do something like that. It is there. There are Manushyanam Sarastashu, Katsit Siddhare, Edam Siddhanam, Katsit Bambe. Thousands of people read and few will understand. And the hundreds of people who understand, few will interpret and try to do. That is important. That's a process. It is a process by which, therefore, definitely it will be a successful move only because that gives you the right knowledge.
Wonderful, sir. And the other thing was recently that there's a Nataraja statue that was installed at
I saw about it. Nataraja statue?
At the CERN, the nuclear in Switzerland. And
yes. So there is a book on Nataraja statue itself. It speaks about the electronic configuration. It speaks about the movement of the electrons. See how the structure has been merged. Nataraja's dance is nothing but nuclear dance. It speaks about electron, proton, neutron, everything. They have see, I will say, Einstein equation E is equal to mc squared. What does it speak? Matter can be converted to energy, energy can be converted to matter, is it not? What is Ardhanarishwara? Half Shakti, half Shivan. Shivan is a matter, Shakti is energy. Matter can be converted to energy, energy can be converted to matter. This they given a model like that, Ardhanarishwara. That is so the science known to us. So see, in if I put correct, around 1300, my guru has written a sloka on Tirupati Venkatachalapati, 100 sloka, of which 2 or 3 slokas speaks about complete periodic table. Elements arrangement complete talks about it. You can't just like that, you can see that. If you go and analyze, you will see what is gold, what is silver, what is copper, where it is used. Everything in the sloka is there. It is given in price of the Lord, but it gives all the meaning, all these aspects of the gold also. So that's how our knowledge is embedded in each one, and we need to find out and try to understand that. Probably I may be emotional when you talk about that. I may be emotional because that is the love for my country, love for my literature. Sorry for being emotional in this respect.
No, sir. I mean, like, it's really giving us goosebumps. Like, although the distance is so far between India and Belgium, it's giving us goosebumps just listening to how much of information and how much of misconstruction that's happened about our own culture and tradition. And that's exactly what Sambash is about. We're so happy to have you, and we want to have you more often and use this as a medium to spread all this awareness. It's not just about religion or slokas, it's about science behind all our Sanatan Dharma itself in general. There's so much science behind it, and we need.
In fact, I welcome if you fix some topic in the Bhagavad Gita or something like that. To using that, how I take the Bhagavad Gita class to my students, I don't say the slogan. The student will come to me, sir, today I have this problem. What is the solution? So I just analyze the solution and give the solution for the problem, and I say this is from Bhagavad Gita. This is the slogan which speaks about that. Like that, we must try to project right information to the right place by the right media. If I am of some use to you, you can always call me if God wishes to do that. It's all my Guru's blessings. I am staying before you. My Guru is, in fact, if I want to talk about my Guru, he only showed me what to do, how to do this plastic technology. And my management was so kind enough to even to give the extension of service up to 75 years. I'm still considering that. So these are all yajna. So like that, let us try to be useful to society. That is more important. Our goal in life is how much I can be useful to others.
Yeah, very, very good, sir. I think that's a very valid point and so inspiring for us to learn all these information from you. And I have a question. I think I will take this as a last question because I know we are all running out of time. But you mentioned about plastics being used in roads, and then we also talk about plastone where we are using that in the concrete, etc. Are there any other projects in future that are in pipeline that you are currently working on, which you would like to share with us?
We are doing consultancy services to most of the industry who are making different plastic products. Each one is interesting. See, for example, if you have a cable has got so many, right, inside, so many layers, copper. That waste, how to dispose it? We develop a product. There is one material called it's a plastic bitumen silicon material, which is used for construction under the sea. They give it to us and we solve. Therefore, many problems we try to solve. And we are now presently working on biodecomposition of plastic. The plastic, you say it goes for long duration. No, I must satisfy you. For that, what I do is, I try to introduce certain ingredients in the conventional plastic, and it has to undergo decomposition. We are successful in the sense, in 182 days, it decomposes. Not thousands of years. We have developed a product which is decomposing in 182 days. We want to do it still more further. We go up to the micro level. We must go to the carbon dioxide level. That's what is going on. And we are also finding an alternate for the multi-layer films also. And other uses for waste plastic, many uses are there. We are trying to use along the concrete, along with the paper, some that. That is once you have a mind to open it. So very important. You can do that. In fact, I just add one more point here, if you don't mind. The 10th class students, 6 students came to me about a few years back. Sir, I saw you in papers many a time. I want to join you. You know what? I don't say no. I don't know what to do for you. How best you can help me? Try. You can, if you want to join me. I told him, sir, you have a keyboard, your keyboard material, or a computer keyboard, the keyboard keys. I took it separately. I want to make it the powder. If you get me the powder, I can find some use for that. I told him, sir, we will do it. Those 6 students said, you will do it. They tried all their crushing method. It was not possible. Then they went to open air and a concrete floor. They rubbed it on the floor for 6 days continuously. Got me about 20 grams of powder. And I took it and developed a new product. I got 45 lakh grant from from central government. So when the mind is there, the student's mind is there, we try to do. No, there is no restriction for the quest of knowledge. Let us try to do your interview. If you're able to create some quest in some corner, I'll be the happiest person. Let us pray for that.
Thank you very much, sir. So, and again, we really thank you for making time today to share your knowledge and experience through our channel Sambash here. And it is definitely inspiring. And when each and every one of us should have and definitely have learned how to make a difference. Yeah, age doesn't matter. It's just a number. It's the it's what you want to do in your life. That's what is making you a better person each day. We thank you again, our eminent speaker, our team, our audience, all of you for being part of this program. And do follow us on our Facebook page and Twitter handle to be notified for the latest events and programs. Now I hereby request Mo to wrap up the session with the Shanti Mantra. Thank you.
One small
Yes.
statement.
Yes, sir.
Kanaka is very familiar to me because you look very familiar to one of my students. I don't know. When I saw you, immediately I remembered her only. That's beautiful.
Well,
Thank
my
you.
mom is from Madurai, sir. So I think I might be carrying some trait from her.
Definitely. So Madurai means it's special, no? Meenakshi is there, to help us always.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, and not just Kanaga. Right now, all of us are your students.
Yes.
Thank you. We wish. No, we are all. Let us all be students. I'm also a student to know more and more. Only learning. Even I talk to you, but my grandson is sitting by my side. He only taught me everything, how to operate, how to do. I learned everything from him. He's doing his second mechanical in my college, but he knows more than me. Therefore, I learned from him. Everybody is student. Let us learn right thing. Let us try to do right thing. Let us live for right things.
Thank you so much, sir. So,
thank you. Can I ask one small favor from you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you sing a song of your grandfather?
Sir, fortunately, I'm not much into singing. I play the mridangam. I'm Guru Karaikudi Mani sir's student.
Karakudi Mani is a great person. No, Karakudi Mani is definitely. Whenever the vasana of music is there. In fact, our grandfather, it vibrating music. That touches the heart. You don't say modern music. Never. I won't say. My grandson may have objected. He has left the place because. When I said that, he left the place because the modern music. But when he the song "Bulahe Mayam Marve Mayam," what a beautiful song. So therefore, their vibrating voice, vibrating the basis, the Carnatic music, that we can't forget it. Still today, our property to have been by this time about 60, 70 years old. The peak 50s and probably now see 70 years even today we are able to enjoy him. That is a great thing. Therefore, you must have at least something from him and to remember that. Thank you.
Yes.
If you could do it, well and good. If not, at least learn something because music is in our blood. It is in our blood.
I mean, I'm very humbled. It is a privilege indeed, and I'm very thankful for that. And we are doing our bits in promoting music. not just music, dance, and helping other artists, especially in these times of COVID. There's a lot in Chennai to support artists, art, and there are several dying cultures of Indian music and arts as well. And even through Sambash, we're doing a lot in bringing out social entrepreneurs that are meaningful to Indian culture, Indian society, and today's Indians. So I welcome you for our future shows also, sir. And it's been very inspiring. We are all having goosebumps. In fact, the whole wants to meet you as well.
That's it. I only say, if you feel I'm useful, you can call me anytime.
And I'm sure you're going to get a lot of calls, sir, from us. And I'm very confident.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Namaskar, namaskar, namaskar.
Satgamaya tamaso.
Namaskar, namaskar, namaskar.
Mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.